Now more than ever, we have to be wise in our words, our actions, and the outcomes we expect. There's a difference between wisdom and knowledge, at least I think so. Knowledge is knowing facts and figures, reading books and gaining knowledge from that. Wisdom is putting that knowledge to good use. So you know how to use your knowledge. You're wise enough to use that knowledge to do good things in this world. Right? Wisdom also includes common sense. Using your common sense and knowledge to help humans. Right? So it's kind of like book smart and street smart put together. And we have to be wise and have wisdom and figure out what to do to solve this crisis in the United States, because there's a lot of hate going on and there's no one to blame. I think it's just we need to start learning how to be empathetic towards one another, understand each one's point of view, agree to disagree, and go from there. I believe that wisdom and love will outdo ignorance and hate. Right? With the law of opposites, there's always one without the other. But if we come together and be wise and have love in our hearts, it will drive away ignorance, stupidity, and just dumbness. Okay? So we have to figure out what we want as an end product. What's our goal? What do we want to happen? And is it realistic? And if it's not realistic, what would we be happy with? Because right now the leaders of the world are not being leaders. They're out for themselves. They don't care what happens to their constituents. And that's sad. That's a great example of privilege. And I'm not saying that's white, black, Asian privilege. It's just you have this sense of entitlement. And since you worked so hard and have all this money, have all this power, that you are owed something. Well, I think since you worked so hard, you should share that. Show other people how to do what you did. It's learning from each other. It's passing on knowledge. So if you're successful, if you're in a seat of power, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with other people without any profit. Give it away to anyone that wants it. I believe that any CEO, president of a company should be able to do any job that's underneath him or her. Alright? So the greatest CEO of a great company should be able to know how to clean the bathrooms, how to pick up the trash, alright? How to stock shelves, whatever it may be. Because they're the CEO of the company, so that means they built up and should know how to do each and every single one of the jobs that he or she manages. It just makes sense. That's wisdom. Because the saying goes, the people you step on going up are the same people you're going to step down when you're coming back down. So I think we as a people need to figure out what realistically we want. If everyone wants world peace, how can it happen? What do we have to do? Everyone wants a fair and just government. How do we do that? So let's open up some dialogue, right? And specifically people in a position of power and us as citizens need to keep voicing our concerns. Because the people in power, there has to be a checks and balances. And right now there is no checks and balances. So my point is, yes, gain knowledge. Get all the knowledge you can from school, from books, from other people. But then use that knowledge to be wise, to have wisdom, to use that knowledge to do good. Just because you have knowledge doesn't really mean you're smart. We judge smartness on the grades we get, the scores we get on standardized testing. There is no measure of smartness. Yeah, you can say IQ tests, but that's one test, a time test. So it's judging you on a very finite moment in time, and whether or not, you work under pressure or not. Right? The true measure of smartness is what you do with your knowledge. Do you keep learning? Do you keep wanting to do more? And there is no judge for that. It's your potential and your possibilities that make you smart. And I know every single one of you who is watching this are smart people, are geniuses. I just want you to be wise, right? Talk to your grandparents, talk to your parents, talk to, anyone who's gone through any kind of adversity, and learn from them. Start sharing stories, because then that will make us wise, and then we will then figure out how to get to that end point of harmony among many different types of people. As always, my love to you all day, every day, for life. I need just 3 more people. 3 more people to sign up, get my t-shirts. Let's start a trend. I see all these campaigns out there of free love, of free hugs. Let's get all day, every day for life out there with all those other ones, and show people that love has to happen all day, every day for life.